Okay, getting the first pick. Oh, get three, Pyro, get three with the
Wade Kid putting on a clinic. Whole team down.
Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, Overwatch fans. Tonight, the playoffs have begun in Overwatch Tranquility Season 5, and tonight we will start off in the Discord tier quarterfinals with One Tricks versus Lightspeed. Tonight is the night to see which is faster, the speed of light or a fire pony, which can totally happen. I'm just saying. My name is Captain Jack, and I'll be your play-by-play for the evening, joined by Ty Munster on analyst and Juke on production. Ty, we have been leading up all season to this moment. What do you think we're going to expect from these teams tonight?
I'm excited. This should be one great match. It's the number 4 seed versus number 5 seed. Very close match, at least potentially, and I'm really hoping that potential comes to light and we get to see a not blazing fast, more like a snail's pace, maybe.
We shall indeed see. I'm actually pulling up my brackets from Bracketology last night. I want to say that I put Lightspeed to win this one, and I just want to make sure how close this match actually was for me. If you missed that last night, many of us podcasters on the Iris podcast went through 2 hours of bracket breakdown for each of the tiers. So if you missed that, be sure to view that episode another time right here on twitch.tv/OW Tranquility. And yes, I have tonight's game being Lightspeed 4-2. So will the one tricks prove me wrong? I am really interested to find out.
Well, everybody knows the legendary Captain Jack is also a fortune teller, so...
No, that's not anywhere close to being true. This is actually my first time doing any type of bracket prediction, so we'll see how close I actually am. I just go based on the numbers. Like, if the numbers say that's what's gonna happen, then that's what's gonna happen. So, it looks like our first map of the evening is going to be Lijiang Tower, which is always a great place to start things off. You know, you're able to get that kind of set control point under your toes, you know, be able to get some boops here and there. Control is one of those maps that you really gotta kind of be warmed up for, ready to go, and our teams are indeed ready to go. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Our first map of the evening is going to take us to Lijiang Gardens, where we're going to see the teams getting set up here momentarily. Remember, if you love what you see here at Overwatch Tranquility, be sure to hit that heart, punch that bell so it rings the bats out of the belfry and notifies you every time that we are online. You can also hit that sub button, $4.99, or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime sub will give you access to some cool emotes and support our amazing community. So, what do we got going on for the teams here, Ty?
So it's looking like on ones, like I think before this, everybody expects it's Gardens, you're going to see some dive come out. That just kind of makes sense. But surprisingly enough, we're going to see a variation of the meta dive coming out here from One Tricks, replacing the Reaper with a Tracer. The Moira's not going to be able to get as much value, only being able to realistically heal the tanks, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, especially considering who's going to beat this Pharah.
That is true. All right, we're already heading into the action. Dive v dive right here with the Sombra versus the Pharah Mercy. First pick already on the puffball by Noam as they try to go in and clean up on Karibo in the back line, getting slept out, but not going to be able to take them out before they can translocate. Miss and Beppo are going to go ahead and clean up, as well as Lightspeed goes ahead in a fervor and takes the objective with almost a team kill already on their belt.
Yeah, they took advantage of the space that they had from that first initial pick very well. There's nobody who can get some significant healing onto that front line, so you just clean up house at that point. Now, there could be a little bit of a Tracer tool back here.
See that? Clockser and Abstract just going at it. The recall comes in for Clockser to get out of that action, as the rest of the dive trying to move their way in, looking to see if they can take Rare Soccer out of the fight right there, but the barrage coming out from Noam, getting the triple with the boop and cleanup afterwards. We'll go ahead and shut down this push before it really ever got started. 34% in climbing for Lightspeed.
Yeah, Noam and Puffball right now on almost equal percentage of their ults. Puffball hasn't gotten a single Koa yet, just booped off the map twice. You have to be going white here, or else you're just taking a dip.
Pretty much, and I feel like, especially playing on the Moira, that's a character that you can really get around those boops pretty easily. So let's see if they can do it this time. Going on the inside, as we see the hack coming in onto Beppo. Karibo able to follow up on Rare Soccer in the backline, so no main heals provided for them. The Primal Rage coming out for Mist, and that monkey is angry, slapping everybody across the objective and taking Puffball out of the fight once again. 70% and climbing for Lightspeed.
Yeah, even though the first pick came in from one tricks, the amount of damage being pumped up by this Pharah right now is just being uncontested. Now this EMP is going to be the next thing uncontested.
That's a 4-man EMP looking for the cleanup right here. Thought we were going to see a Diva Bomb combo, but it doesn't look like they were in position to get it. But Billy God and Clockster able to get the double kill right there. Mist following up onto Curb as they try to move their way into the objective. Karibo with the double kill, grabbing both Abstract and Mist. And it looks like at the 99% mark, we will see one Trix almost step off the objective to trigger overtime, but will end up taking that objective and starting their percentage climb.
Both supportals came out from Lightspeed that fight. That's not really what you want to see. It's all you can really do against an EMP with that composition, but it's going to be hard to fight against the next one if the one comes up quick.
Oh, 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 man! That's a big oof right there when you see Noam just take themselves out against the Winston shield. As we see the cleanup coming in once again, Billy God and Ryan Rays just doing all the damage that they can, and they're going to continue to hold this objective, climbing to the 40% mark.
Sometimes it's a great ultimate, sometimes it's a great kill, sometimes you barrage a Winston bubble.
Yep. That'd be the hits sometimes there. Usually you want to wait until that bubble's already been used once, at least, before you start popping out the barrage. But Noam Ore getting that first pick onto Clockster as Mist sending out the Primal Rage, looking to see if they can take Curb out of the fight, and will end up being successful. The EMP comes out, grabs two, as we see the DMAC coming in onto Ryan Rays. Noam and Abstract able to get follow-up kills onto that at the 69% mark. It looks like they might be able to take this objective as the cleanup comes in. Billy God and Puffball soon to follow. Overtime now almost ticking away as they retake control, and with the pulse bomb online, it looks like they might be able to hold on to this. We see the Diva dive in. Ryan Rays trying to hold on, but in a 1v6, it's not going to work out well for you. Mist able to follow up onto Billy God as the pulse bomb ends up demecking and Ryan. Clocks are getting clocked by the mini Diva Beppo right there, and just holding on to everything in their life right now. It is just no. The feed is coming in strong. Billy God now coming out with the primal, but they're off the objective. Able to get the pick onto Rare, but not able to get back to the objective in time. And with a 100 to 79% lead, we will see Lightspeed take the first map on Lijiang.
Billy God actually had the Primal Rage coming into that stall fight. He died twice with it available, and it never went off until the very end, where it just didn't matter at that point. Your staggers weren't going to be able to come back in time, and considering how you were losing control as hard as you were at that point, you weren't really going to be able to make it back. But now we're going to see a completely different pair of philosophies here, with the Ball Sigma, the rock and roll comp as I like to call it, versus the standard Brawl.
That's an interesting comp. I can't say that I've seen that very often. But hey, in Overwatch, meta be damned, I say. Sometimes it just works. So let's see if they can indeed make that happen.
And the Pharah players. There's a different Pharah player.
That's true. Kuribo coming in this time. The one Trix taking on the Pharah Mercy with Clockser on the Ashe. Big anti coming in from Puffball as they try to fight their way into this objective, already under the control of Lightspeed. But Billy got able to pile drive Rare. Noam and Puffball end up exchanging blows as Billy got, here it comes, spin to win, but getting tackled out immediately. Couldn't even get up to the fire as Mist takes him out with a big ol' pin and fire strike. Control already in position for the side of, for the side of Lightspeed as Abstract just teleports to the high ground. Also grabbing Kuribo as, what? Mist fire striking Curb out of the sky. 30% and climbing as Puffball just lets Abstract say, you had a good run, but take a little nap now.
They're just staggering themselves right now. Like, if you're gonna play the Pharmacy on any point, why would you pick Control Center for that? And now they're just continuously getting staggered. They can't leave spawn.
That is true. We're seeing the group up right here, and Lightspeed just pushing it all the way to the entrance doors right here, as Clockster and Ryan falling incredibly low right there. They're just gonna hold this door, already past the 50% mark, and plenty of ultimates online right now. We see the Fire Strike coming in, Graviton Surge out from Beppo, looking to see if they can do some damage. There's the double kill in from Abstract and missed. Noam adding to the list, and that is going to be a team kill coming out loud and proud for the side of Lightspeed.
At this point, it's just the ult economy steamrolling right now. There's no way that we're going to see One Tricks get back into this with their ult economy, especially... Actually, no, that's the good pick from the Reaper there.
Big old Death Blossom coming in for the side of Lightspeed, but it looks like it wasn't enough for Clockster and Ryan Rays. Kuribo and Ryan following up on additional kills, and once again, at this 99% mark in overtime, we will see One Tricks finally grab the objective.
Yeah, I have to think a little bit at least that the Coalescence was a slight overinvestment in that previous fight, before the previous fight, which might have made them lose that next one without that extra healing.
That could be possible, and now we do have the Meteor Strike online for Kuribo, Blossom online for Clockster, and the beat comes in to try to prevent some damage coming in from Ryan Rays. Clockster coming in now, it's Kuribo with the triple kill Meteor Strike. That is all she wrote right there for the side of Lightspeed. 35% and climbing for the One Trick.
You know, One Tricks just say, come on and slam. Welcome to our jam. Greatly executed Space Jam combination there.
That is true, and the Coalescence already comes out. Shatter in from Billy God, giving some dominance right there. The MTD as the team kill rings loud and proud, heading up to the 60% mark for the One Trick.
Sometimes there's nothing you can say except for the fatty, shatty, send 6 people to the floor. That's just something you love to see.
Is true. Kuribo able to get that pick onto Ariana as Clockster follows up onto Beppo in the 4v6. It's not going to be enough. Mist does also get a fat shatter of their own, but with already part of their team in the spawn once again, they did not have the cleanup necessary to take them all down. And One Tricks looking to take this map as they hit the 90% mark.
Yeah, Lightspeed just similarly to One Tricks earlier who managed to bring it back, they just haven't been able to bring back the ult disadvantage at this point. That's going to be a grab coming out.
Graviton coming in. Clockster coming in with the Blossom, and the Coalescence from Buffball ends up grabbing 3 as overtime ticks away. We end up seeing Curb able to get to the other side. Noam as well, able to blink in just enough, but Billy got cleaning it up with that big old golden hammer. Ryan able to get that final pick onto Noam as the beat drop comes in. We see Mist coming in on the ball, ends up getting sent back out the way they came by Kuribo. Blossom coming in, doing a whole lot of damage, but not able to get any picks. Mist really trying to follow up on that, but Clockster is clocking everyone right now. One Tricks bringing it back from the last map and taking the control center 100 to 99.
Yeah, you have to wonder why they even were willing to start on the rock and roll composition right now. They looked so good on that standard brawl composition. Just roll out on the Reaper Doom, get yourself a Moira, get yourself a Reinhardt, and go to town. I don't really know why they wanted to start on that sort of weird composition if they're going to be able to perform that well just playing brawl.
All right. We're getting some news from our folks at home. It looks like we might be possibly experiencing some problems tonight. As you all know, we're playing from our homes, and Overwatch is experiencing some login problems. So if we have any issues, we'll be sure to try to keep you as entertained as possible. But now, going in to the night market, we see... What? I mean, I expected the Symmetra, but Bastion. and not using the teleporter as Bastion. Not the wisest choice there, I would say. But Karibo able to get that first pick onto Mist for their team. The big beam coming out. Symmetra, the queen, just melting everybody down right now. But Noam bringing it back with the big old fists, looking to see if they could take the queen, dethrone her. Already coming out with the barrier, but oh, the barrier does not prevent Ariana from booping Karibo right off the side. The tackle comes in, able to take Rare out of the fight, but Beppo and Abstract continuing to clean up, and Lightspeed, despite how that last fight looked, will still take the objective.
I don't know why they went Bastion. I don't know what made them decide that. And he actually did take the teleporter. He just decided to fall on the incorrect side of the teleporter.
I thought he just walked into that position. I was like, okay, weird champ. All right, that's what we got going on here. Coalescence. Ore getting popped there by Rare is Mist, able to take Karibo out of the fight. Shatter comes in, able to take down one, but the cleanup isn't there. Oh, there it is. Clocks are able to get Rare before they stand back up. Big Shatter coming in from Mist in return, though, able to get the cleanup between them and Abstract. And we will see now Noam fighting out Karibo on that Doomfist. Beppo interjecting, saying, nah, you're not going to do that to my Doom. And take them out as well. 45% and climbing for the side of Lightspeed.
Yeah, you're not allowed to hurt my Doom, buddy. But critically, though, both sound barriers was used in that last fight, and both teams have the Graviton Surge. Difference is this one's a Space Jam.
Space Jam not as big, but does get the main healer right there, taking Curb out of the fight. Ariana and Abstract able to follow up on picks of their own. And once again, we see Lightspeed getting themselves into this final fight territory. The question is, will One Tricks take it again?
Oh no, please don't fall for this Blossom.
Do it.
Do it to him.
Yeah. There it is! There it is! There it is! It's beautiful. It's big. Abstract just allowing them to not to. Yep. Reaper Shrug.
Staggering him! No, this is a brutal stagger. I've never seen the Reinhardt stagger before.
Billy gets staggered out, and as we hit the 95% mark, Noam ends up preventing Curb from being able to touch the objective, but Karibo able to get there in time. The tackle comes in, overtime it triggered now, as Clockser comes in with the Blossom, able to get Rare, but Abstract and Noam not going to allow this point to be taken one last time. We see the bubble protecting the Shatter coming in from Billy Got, and the cleanup continues forward. Lightspeed taking Lijiang Tower 2-1 in our Discord tier matchup.
Yeah, that was a great Death Blossom near the end, and I've never seen a Reinhardt stagger come in anywhere before, but that just came in out of nowhere. Billy Got, though, did get a deserving play of the game, if you ask me. This Shatter was Titanic.
Gotta clip that. Clip that Shatter right there. Absolutely beautiful. You gotta love. I love me, as you all know, I love me some fatty shatties, and those 6-mans, although rare, are just so sweet. They're so sweet to get. But as I always say, play the game does not mean you win the game. So we will have to see if they can turn things around going into our next map. Looking at the folks at home right now, looks like people are wondering, what's the giveaway? What's the giveaway? Well, let me tell you, if you haven't been here before, the giveaway is every Monday when we do our Iris podcast. You can earn points throughout the week while we're live, as you can on every Twitch channel. And when you have 1,000 points, if you hit that giveaway button, it enters you into a giveaway for a free t-shirt every Monday night. So all you have to do is submit that. You can submit it now, or you can wait until Monday and let your your points collect up. Like myself, I'm actually sitting at 30k right now, just because I already have a lot of t-shirts. So I'm waiting for the good stuff. But you can just let them collect up. But every Monday, like clockwork, every time we have the Iris podcast, we will give away a t-shirt at the end of the podcast. So if you want a cool t-shirt, you get to choose what team it comes from and everything. that's how the giveaway works. So that's
any-
one of the many ways that you support from to this community through subscriptions comes back to the community. None of it's kept for us to do anything else, but just to pour love right back into y'all. And it looks like our next map has been chosen, Volskaya Industries. Based on how we saw the first map, Ty, how do you think things are going to either turn around for the One Tricks or kind of solidify there for Lightspeed?
Well, considering how the kind of map that Volskaya is, right? What normally wins on Volskaya? You got those Widows, you got those Ashes, just general long-range hit scans. Those
Okay.
love Volskaya Industries. Considering how much better One Tricks looked on the Reinhardt comps compared to their dive comps, or they didn't even play dive, but the Ball Sigma, which is close enough to a dive.
Well,
I
they played
think they
dive
might
on
shoot-
first map.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
Played
And
dive,
they
dive
played
on
pretty
Guardians.
good, yeah. But I don't believe any actual range hits, any Widowmaker or Ash, any snipers really, came out so far. So whichever team has the better sniper, I think wins it. Abstract antsy to get onto the Ash.
Interesting. That's a great way for them to start off for sure. As you said, the long range damage is going to be huge. But One Tricks is known to be a bunch of memers. So I would not be surprised if we don't see, although not in the meta, so to speak, a bunker composition coming out for this. So we will see here momentarily as to what they'll be coming out with. And it looks like they will go ahead and stick back to the Rhine Zarya. Pretty typical for Volskaya Industries. Whereas we see the dive, which was really effective for Lightspeed during their time on Lijiang Tower, coupled with the Ash Tracer of Abstract and Noam. So definitely going to be interesting to see what these teams have in the pocket. Both teams have been doing an incredible job tonight. They've been incredibly close matches thus far. But I think this is where we start seeing that separation. Will Lightspeed really kind of lock this down, take it with a quick time, or will we see One Tricks really be able to shut all this down before it even begins?
Yeah, I mean, the win con here on the defense, right? I think you would have to say that it's to lock out this Ana in particular, because the Ash can coach gun away, but everybody else can just avoid you. You have to get them. Now they're just giving up a ton of free space. The whole of Volskaya first, except for the shooting gallery.
That is not good for them. Pulling back to the objective, they have given up just the room that the dive needs to be able to make their way in, and missed playing more like a forward tank than one that kind of dives in and out of the action, taking a lot of damage, but gonna be able to continue to hold on strong. And it looks like they're just kind of poking, they're just kind of earning up that ult percentage, seeing if they can get some picks. Clockster ends up clocking Abstract there in the end, and Mist will fall to Clockster as well with the 2v or the 4v6 right there. The res does come in for Abstract. And Shatter in from Billy God saying, no, we are not allowing this. We gave you the room because we're toying with you. That is what's going on. At the 2-minute 50-second mark, not a tick to be had by the side of Lightspeed.
I think that might have been a bait to let Clockster just get into their backline and find Abstract. Not only that, but the nano boost from Rare Soccer actually came out onto Mist, but it was deleted when Mist died. And now the EMP is going to be here as well, so they're going to have to push into this with only a Valkyrie to counter it.
That is true. Kuribo already having the EMP online. It's a 3-man as we see the swap over to the Rhine Diva this time around. But the picks will come in strong. Curb and Billy got able to follow up on the tank line of Lightspeed, and I think that's all that's going to be said for this push. But a very quick push. Nonetheless, already at the 2-minute mark, again, not a tick to be had.
Yeah, that second fight was only around 30 seconds, which is good if you're going for the EMP fight, because the EMP is their win condition here. Now you can push on through, and you can just commit with somewhat even ultimates, despite this huge grab.
That's a big old grab right there. The beat gets invested as well, and that is a team kill once again for the side of One Tricks. just shutting them down so incredibly quick. But again, if you shut them down too quick, though, you just give them a chance to come right back. So I wonder if maybe that might have not been the wisest move.
Yeah, another fight, another 30 seconds gone. But even more critically, Curb without the beat isn't going to be able to counteract some of these ultimates coming through, like this bomb.
True, the bomb comes in, doesn't get the value that it's looking for, does quite a bit of damage, but no picks. Nano now coming in, counter shatter from Billy God, taking down Mist with the Nano on them. Clockster comes in with the Blossom, able to finalize the kill on Mist as Puffball takes down Bob. Kuribo able to follow up on Abstract in the end as Puffball just barely able to grab Ariana before they're able to get back to spawn. This One Tricks has just got this on lock right now with only 40 seconds remaining on the clock and an EMP in the pocket.
Yeah, the only way they lose this is on the defense is a huge Valkyrie to get some of these ults cycled through and a great Blossom. That's what they're relying on here.
That's a three-man EMP coming in right there. Mist gets taken down once again by Clockster, able to get the double, but Noam able to grab Clockster in the end, and the res comes in. Billy got ready with that shatter, but the purple has got him. They are just baiting him in, just waiting for them to get close enough. That's a two-man, looking to see if they can clean it up, but gets slept. Not going to be able to do the damage that they were looking to do. Noam and a nanoed Mist looking to see if they can take him out of the action, and will end up being successful, but Curb sending Noam over the side. Coming in with the beat, trying to fight this 1-on-3 as overtime ticks away. 2-on-3 as we see Puffball into the fight as well. Clocks are able to grab Beppo, but the picks are coming in for Lightspeed. There's just too much stagger. Graviton Surge now coming in from Ryan Reyes, trying to see if they can hold everything together. Beppo falling as the Blossom comes out from Clockster, cleaning the clocks of everyone on point and solidifying round one with not a tick to be had by Lightspeed.
Yeah, outside of debatably that one sound barrier, I think the ult cycling and the ult usage from One Tricks was borderline perfect. There wasn't much being used at the wrong time, except for maybe that one shatter from Billy Got, but it did buy enough time for them to get that Blossom out, get that Coalescence, sound barrier. All of these ultimates are going where they have to go, and all of them are getting the value they need. Meanwhile, Lightspeed just aren't getting the same amount of value from their ultimates. They're just kind of going in here, and it seems like they don't have as solid of a plan.
I can definitely concur with you on that. It's really interesting to see how the teams are working together on this. We saw a lot of cohesion on Control. The dive was really working well together, but now it just seems like Lightspeed is slowing down a little bit. They're not getting the picks that they're looking for. They're not able to. They're not coordinating as well as they had been, or we're seeing just more coordination out from the side of the One Tricks than we were before. I'm just wondering, I'm curious if anybody wants to go back and look. As we know, our resident Pharah One Trick Bard does like to predict some ties every now and again, and I wonder if Bard predicted any ties for this matchup, because now we're seeing the defense dive, which didn't work so well on the attack, but I mean, it could work. It could work.
I mean, there's Abstract right there on the win condition high ground. They need to either force him back or just cap before he can do anything, and I don't think that second one is very likely here. You have to make something happen on him.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to get at least a pick or two to be able to take this point pretty successfully. Dynamite coming in from Abstract as we see the rotation coming out from the One Tricks. They're just working their way all the way around. And we'll just see Abstract just like, oh, we'll all go over here. The only one that couldn't make it was Rare, unfortunately. Oh, baby, that's what they're for. They're trying to take him out of the fight as we see the hack comes in. Clockster gets the double kill, taking down Ariana and Abstract right there. Karibo able to follow up on Rare with no healing on the point. I am sorry to say it, but there is just nothing that you can do if you are Lightspeed with your healers down. You are gonna lose this fight, and in a quick fervor, One Tricks ties it up 1-1 here on Volskaya Industry.
I feel like Lightspeed could have done a lot more to lock One Tricks into that hallway that they were trying to rotate to, because the longer you hold them in there, the longer you're going to give your Ashe sightlines to just kill things. And because they took so, not even took so long, but because they were just sitting there waiting for the Brawl comp to come to them, they couldn't realistically do anything anymore, because then you have to play the dive in a Brawl range. And the fact that you saw Clockster just run up to the Ashe and say, "This island is mine."
Bink. Easy day. Yeah, so as you all know, in the playoffs, this is a 1-to-4 series. So we will actually be taking our halftime break after the third map tonight. So we'll be waiting to see what the teams pick for the next map going forward. Looking back in the chat, it looks like Vila's saying One Tricks bounce back here. And I mean, I know you're 2 minutes behind, but you're not far from the truth there. We've seen a completely different One Tricks, and it could be similar to what Booth's predictions were last night, and the fact that a lot of teams really struggle on assault maps, and that just might be the case. I would be really interested to see what the stats were for Lightspeed, which you can check out in the podcast channel. But it looks like we do have our next map, Numbani. I don't know. What direction do you think this is going, Ty? Because right now, I feel like it's truly anybody's game.
All right, hear me out. The balance, the map, everything, it's lining up too well. We're going to see some legs. It has to happen. We're going to see some legs come out. We're going to see some visors. We're going to see some popping off on the soldier. I love me some legs. I actually got an alt account
that
the other
doesn't
day.
sound weird at all. You all are weird. I'm not weird.
I got an alt account the other day called legs, so I'm excited if they do play it.
Absolutely. And of course, with legs just getting that recent change to make them just a little bit more viable, I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that we see going forward for sure. Like we said, Numbani is going to be our next map. Personally, I believe this map is very similar in factors with King's Row. It's a very wide open map. It's very versatile. You can run so many different comps on this map. You can get Brawly, you can get Divey, you can do Bunker, you can pretty much do anything on this map. So if you're a King's Row lover, well, I'm a Numbani lover, so as I'm sure many of you all know. So I am really excited to see what they're gonna do on this map. It looks like interesting. I was not expecting that coming out from One Tricks on this map.
I was actually going to mention this. I think that King's Row comparison is really apt here. I think that Numbani is sort of like the dive version of King's Row. I think it's a very accurate comparison. I think that the Reinhardt is played all 3 points of King's Row typically. Sure, you can play the dive, you can play the bunker, but normally you'll see the brawl. And here, sure, you can see the sort of scrap comp, which is what I call the Roadhog main tank. You can see the dive, you can see the bunker, or the brawl or the bunker, but normally you see the dive here. And this is where Lightspeed have looked a little better, in my opinion.
All right, and it looks like Lightspeed already got eyes out, looking for Karibo on that Sombra, looking to try to not get hacked there in the backline. Dive going their way through mid, not even really kind of diving into the action, waiting to see One Tricks do their stuff, and Karibo able to get that pick on Ariana in the backline. The boop comes in. I don't think it ends up sending anybody off the side. Puffball will take Noam out of the fight, but Abstract able to get that pick onto Curb as well. The one healer that you probably didn't want to take out because they can actually get back to the point probably as quick as the rest of the team. The DMAC comes in, and the picks are coming in huge right now for the side of One Tricks. It seems like tonight, One Tricks ain't memeing around.
Yeah, I think that this composition battle is really where they're going to win this right now. Sticking on the Ana Mercy is, in my opinion, kind of a mistake. You have to go on to this sort of more meta dive composition that we saw from Philly in the NA playoffs, where this is just going to be able to bully your front line if you don't have your own Ana or Lucio and Moira to speed them around and just pump them full of yellow good juice. That was a weird way of phrasing it.
We all try to be PG-13 around here, folks. The hack comes in as Ryan Reyes ends up getting taken out of mech. Beppo able to get that first pick onto Fredmaster as the EMP coming in from Karibo, looking to see if they can clean things up. Billy got popping out the primal to try to stay alive, but missed the big old Yeti, trying to hold on with that primal as well. Ryan able to get the bomb right before then, gonna end up having to use it for a remake just to be able to get back into the fight. And Fredmaster coming out with the Blossom ends up grabbing Mist and Noam and retaking the objective with 2 minutes on the clock and not a tick to be had.
That all came back to that EMP that came out from Karibo, and not only did it come out and clutch that fight out, just to, again, like Ult's in the first map, stall it out just long enough. Now they can come back into this, and they're going to have the sound barrier, which is going to be able to counter the only other ult available in the lobby right now, this EMP. As long as Curb's going to hide for this, he should be able to cancel out whatever's thrown at his team.
I can agree. Whoa! Big EMP coming in from Abstract. The cleanup is now as Noam and Beppo able to get the double kill right there, and Ryan Reyes looking to be next as the DMEC ends up coming in. Noam taking down their counter. Fredmaster as Billy got able to return the favor by taking down Rare, but I don't think that's going to be enough for them to hold on to this. The picks continue to come in, and Lightspeed will take the objective with just about a minute remaining on the clock.
Yeah, there was no real rotation from the entirety of One Tricks there. They needed to come closer to Curb so then the sound barrier could actually get some effect, but Puffball was caught out, couldn't fade, couldn't get back, and was caught in a place where the sound barrier couldn't hit him, and now Billy Got's just going to try and hold this.
Yeah, trying to see if they can push them back to cart, looking to see if they can hold them in spawn, which we've definitely seen done before, but not always the great positioning. Abstract ends up getting hacked out in the enemy backline and will get pounced upon by Billy God right there. And the big EMP comes in, ends up grabbing 4, and Fredmaster with the golden shotgun is going to go ahead and come in and just reap in Neen right now. Diva Bomb comes in for Beppo, ends up getting the DMEC onto Ryan as Noam able to take Ryan out of the fight, and here comes the Blossom! Gets booped away by Curb there at the end, so not going to get the value they're looking for, and Puffball popping out the Coalescence to see if they can grab some value. Gets the pick onto Abstract, but the res is going to be used to bring them back into the fight, and that's not going to be enough for them to hold on. Mist coming in, big old monkey. Primal online, big poop coming in with that monkey butt. Taking down Fredmaster as Noam follows up on Karibo, and at the 2-minute mark, we will see the payload start making its way into objective number 2.
For the most part, these individual hacks from Karibo have been fight-changing. Like, Abstract is being caught out a lot in their in the enemy backline. Cannot uncloak safely, but the EMP just wasn't at a good time, and now he's not going to happen for a little bit, and then it's going to be the other
EMP coming in from Abstract, gets the double right there, but the cleanup continues to seem to be on the side of One Tricks. Blossom comes out, does damage, but doesn't get the value that it is looking for on cart thanks to the bubble of Mist, but Ryan Reyes able to take them out of the fight regardless, and One Tricks will go ahead with just that single pick and retake control of the objective.
That was a great backup, though, from Lightspeed to just parry back. All right, we already lost one. Let's not feed any more ult charge. Great job from them to just disengage, and they bought themselves a lot of time. They'd be engaging 10 to 20 seconds later if they didn't do that.
That's right, the hack comes in onto Rare, looking to see if Karibo can finalize it. Billy God now coming out with the Primal as Karibo able to take down Ariana. The picks continue to come in with less than a minute on the clock. One Tricks will continue to hold this objective, and we might see a Rare second point hold here.
Yeah, I haven't seen a second point in money hold since, what, 2017? This, including anything, like, this would be crazy if I saw a second point hold here, but it looked like Lightspeed were a little bit too eager to use their ultimates there. They threw out their Blossom, Coalescence, and Sound Barrier, and now they have nothing coming to this next fight except for an EMP and probably Primal.
Yeah, that seems to be all that they might have, but we've got possibly EMP and Bomb on the other side. EMP comes in, ends up grabbing the main tanks. They gotta take him out of the fight, but the Primal gets popped just before to keep Billy Got in the fight. Curb popping out the beat drop, trying to keep them in the fight, and with a triple already in the pocket, Diva Bomb comes out, getting sped out, doesn't get the picks that they are looking for. Overtime now ticking away. It is up to Lightspeed to try to see if they can lock this down. Fredmaster finding Noam hiding off to the side, trying to get some healing. As we see the picks continue to come in, the feed is strong with this one. Blossom from Fredmaster ends up getting the triple kill as the Diva Bomb tries to hold the choke so no one else can make their way here. At the 59-meter mark, just shy of objective number 2, we will see round 1 complete.
I think Karibo saw both of his tanks getting hacked and said, you know what, I can do that too, but bigger. Found 4 with his EMP, almost guaranteeing the fight right there, no matter how much stall came in there, unless some great ultimate came out. At first, I thought that was Lightspeed's Death Blossom coming in, so I was about to freak out, but then, because I saw the hack on the Diva, and I thought that it was coming, like the miracle run was coming out, but it was just a really good cleanup Blossom from Fredmaster that there was just no counterplay to at that point because they were staggering so hard. And it was a good finish off to that last fight. And a second point hold. This almost guarantees if you can cap first.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it really is going to come down to the fact if Lightspeed can lock down objective 1. It took them quite a bit to be able to grab that first objective. Took them about 3 minutes. And despite what we see, what we've seen from their team so far since Control, the dive just hasn't been working as effectively as it has for One Tricks. So I'm really debating, do we still continue to run this composition that hasn't been getting the value that we're looking for, or do we think that we're just, this is just the warm-up matches, first half, we still got this, and we're just going to keep running this comp?
Yeah, if you lose this map, you have to look at it as your 0-0, first to 3, the enemy team has 1 map advantage. Because you looked so good on Lijiang, you should be able to take the next Control map if you can play that way on all of them. And now we're going to see a sort of meta composition defense with the Aurum Mercy.
Interesting. All right. We see the dive coming in. Fredmaster and Billy Got able to get the first couple of picks, but it looks like Ryan chasing down Noam will end up getting D-Mech there. The anti-nade comes in. First tick, second tick with 3 minutes on the clock. And it looks like at the 3:20 mark, we will see the objective unlocked. Oh my goodness. One Tricks are indeed just a force to be reckoned with, and really proving my predictions wrong at this moment. Unless the first 2 map wins come in the first half, this is going to be quite a barn burner, as we have seen for very many other teams and fights these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that on a Mercy. I thought it could work, but now is where it really bites you, considering this Coalescence is already out and Bear Stalker's at 30% right now. This is going to be a difficult one.
This is going to be huge. Beppo able to get that first pick, but missed an Abstract cleaning up as well. It looks like Lightspeed will be able to continue to hold this objective at the 46-meter mark.
Okay, well, ignore my previous statement. That was a really good hold from Lightspeed, shutting down momentum, and if they can keep this up, considering their ult advantage at the moment, huge. Actually, no, the EP just won.
No, they expected them to dive in, and they planned it out just a little bit too early. But the Blossom comes in nonetheless, trying to grab some value. Does end up still demeching Ryan right there, and will get the pick on that as well. The stagger comes in, is missed, able to grab Puffball before they can get back into the spawn. And at the 4:20 mark, nice. We will see them continue to hold this objective.
Yeah, now there's gonna be the 5 ults coming in here from One Tricks. Compare that to 3 on the defense, and this EMP is gonna find 2.
Yep. Oh, but it doesn't find Ariana. But The beat does not prevent the bomb from being effective, and we will see One Tricks just throw just about everything except the kitchen sink and Primal Rage at that objective, grabbing it and making their way into the final resting spot with 3 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and now we're going to see a little bit of a reversal of what happened earlier. Now it's going to be Rare Soccer with the Coalescence and Puffball only around half. This is going to be a battle between two ults. This Coalescence, like I said, and this Primal Rage, like you said a second ago. Maybe the kitchen sink's going to be thrown in somewhere. I don't know.
That is true. We see the Coalescence coming out from Rare, trying to keep everybody up in the fight as Billy God ends up going behind the payload, trying to hold strong. They are 6 meters away from making their way in there, and Ryan is out of mech. Fredmaster is down, and this fight may be won at this point, but again, they have 3 minutes for One Tricks to literally just grab every single ultimate, pop them all at the same time, and push their way into the final objective. So I gotta say, I think we're in for quite a matchup here in the next couple fights.
Yeah, they're already halfway there to the Magical 6. They've got the Koa, they've got the Blossom, or not the Blossom, the Primal, and they've got the EMP, all at the ready. But at the same time, so does the enemy team, except they have the Blossom replacing that Coalescence.
Ooh, but EMP comes in from Noam first. Bubble comes on to Abstract, not able to get the value that they're looking for. The cleanup comes in from the rest of the team, and Billy Got's like, you know what? I'll just reset with them. Don't, just pretend that I was also getting killed and feeding you ult charge. But 50 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, if I'm One Tricks there, you thank your lucky stars that fight happened the way they did. Like, there is no more Blossom, no more EMP coming in here, and you have your own EMP and your own Blossom now. This should be yours to take.
That's true. Oh, and they got Ariana this time. That's not a great way to start things off. We see the EMP come in, and the bomb is huge. Grabs Ryan and does a lot of damage to everyone else. There are a few remaining on the objective as we see the picks continuing to come in. Blossom out from Fredmaster, ends up grabbing one. Billy got able to take Abstract off of the cart with 1:30 remaining on the clock and no one to really touch this objective. Oh no, it was far enough back that Karibo was able, Noam was able to get back into the fight, and the rest of the team coming in. Beat drop coming in from Ariana, trying to hold everything together, but Rare gets taken down by the Primal. Billy got, and look, the recontest coming in. Beat coming in. Beat bomb comes in as well. Just everything being fed in, everything that can hold this cart in position. 3 meters remaining as the picks continue to come in. Karibo swapping over to the Tracer to get back in for a quick cleanup, and One Tricks sends us into halftime 2-1 against Lightspeed here on Numbani.
Abstract got so close to clutching that defensive fight out. Got 2 picks. A third came in actually from Beppo. So that was potentially winnable if you staggered properly, but they just kind of got locked out early, and their ultimates didn't get value. Ariana's not Death Blossom, but Sound Barrier only found themselves in one other player. I can't remember who it is. So considering how little value the defensive ults got in that re-engage, I think a little bit of tightening up, and that was winnable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, there were only like 2 or 3 of them on the objective, so there wasn't a whole lot that they could do. I mean, they got EMP'd during the initial fight and got taken out before they could use Beat to try to save the day. As Lucio, you gotta be watching out for those Sombras at all times, because you're the one that turns things around. Either the Beat drop doesn't get invested, or it gets completely denied because you pop it too early. And you know, it was just a saving throw. They were trying to pull an Uno reverse, and One Tricks was like, no you. Yeah. All right, folks, we're gonna send it to a quick 10-minute halftime. Go ahead, use the restroom, get some snacks, invite some people to this nail biter of a match right here. One Tricks really turning it around despite their history during the regular season. But I mean, as we always say, you make it to the playoffs, it is truly anyone's game. We'll see you with more Overwatch Tranquility in about 10 minutes.
I remember just constant, absolute terror. And I can't explain how intense, how strong, how all-encompassing that terror is. Unless you do this, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna die.
Satan sucks, but you're the best. Holy smokes, you pass the test. When I'm with you, I feel blessed. A chinchilla. Satan sucks, but you're okay. Since you came, things go my way. Here tomorrow, here today. A chinchilla.
Welcome back to the beat drop. Oh wait, no, that's not tonight. Oh, sorry. Welcome back.
That was close.
You know, when you've done like 16 episodes at this point, it just comes second nature. Welcome back, folks, to the Discord tier quarterfinals match between One Tricks and Lightspeed. One Tricks really showing their stuff tonight. Took the first half 2-1. I am your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by Ty Munster on analyst and Juke on production once again. Ty, you want to sum up the first half of the match tonight and tell us kind of how we got here?
Lightspeed have been doing we're doing a great job, at least on Lijiang. I think that control is most likely their specialty. But at the same time, once that ended, there was just unrelenting control from One Tricks. They did not let up. Especially, like, I would like to give a notable mention to Karibo, whose Sombra play has been inspirational so far. Constantly getting hacks on the other Sombra, getting clutch EMPs, ton of value from the Sombra player.
I can definitely concur with that. And I mean, we did find out during halftime that there is a headset on the line. So, although One Tricks may have been memeing throughout the season, as you can see, they are locked in, ready, and raring to go to get that headset. Billy Gott wants that, and, you know, when you want something bad enough, you just gotta be able to perform. So our next map is going to be the escort map Rialto. We could see a turnaround here if the 10-minute halftime, usually used to kind of give teams time to breathe, time to rest up, use the restroom and whatnot, could slow down One Trick's momentum going forward. Lightspeed might have a chance to bring this back, but it truly still is anyone's game. We have seen One Tricks performing incredibly well on these other maps, and if we have to wait for control, my prediction might have just been backwards. It might be a 4-2 for the side of One Tricks.
Yeah, honestly, I think that One Tricks being on the attack first, or defense first, is going to hurt Lightspeed. I think the best way for Lightspeed to completely stop the momentum from One Tricks is get some sort of cheesy spawn camp going. I think that a Reinhardt composition, which is meant to spawn camp, would be great here if you're trying to stop momentum. It would really reset your mental if it gets any sort of foothold. Karibo, don't break my heart like that. You know how I like legs.
No legs. Legs in the river. All right. It looks like we are getting some changes in composition, though. Not gonna stick with the Sombra Reaper that we've been seeing. Gonna get a little bit more brawly and do a little more damage over distance, with Karibo coming in on the Echo and Fredmaster in on the Widowmaker.
Both teams are doing a great sin in my mind by playing the Mercy instead of the Lucio with the Reinhardt. This hurts my soul, but I'm curious to see how it goes out. It's like a malicious curiosity.
I mean, it is good to have Mercy for those reses, especially for the side of Lightspeed here, because they've been having a very difficult time trying to stay up in the fight. But maybe you're right. Maybe it's the fact that they're not having that extra healing. But first big pick coming in from Noam. Sonic arrow straight into Karibo's eyes. As we see the tackle come in, missed, gonna end up getting taken down by Billy. Got that MTD showing off right there. But the res comes in from Ariana. Like I said, that's what you need. That's the MSD, the main support difference. Beppo able to take Curb out of the fight as Billy Gott falls soon after. Too rare. The anti-nade comes in, but not in enough time to do the damage they're looking for. And Ryan and Puffball soon fall. Fredmaster able to pick off Abstract, but missed. Holding incredibly forward, forgetting the fact that there is a Widowmaker behind them still, or should have been.
No, just
Widowmaker made their way back to their side, I guess. Oh, I figured they would have been picking from the back line at that point, but man, that is a quick first point there for Lightspeed.
There was a great pick. I don't remember exactly who got picked, but I think the moment that res came out, Mist and Billy got swapped computers. Mist had a great pin, and now the real aggression's going to come in. There's going to be another shatter here.
The shield prevents the value of the shatter from Billy Got. Billy Got getting a little bit too intense right there as Noam able to take down Fredmaster, and now we see Noam working their way in the back line, takes down Karibo too, looking to see if they can get that additional value as they push them all the way back to objective number 2. The shield getting ready to go down for Billy Got, but that payload moving its way forward. Fredmaster now swapping over to the Reaper as they go ahead and get taken down by Noam once again. 4 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock again as they push into objective number 2. A completely new Lightspeed Graviton Surge holding them strong. Dragon Strike comes in as Karibo swapping back over to the Sombra. Counter stun for either side as Curb gets taken down by Mist. And we might be seeing the retake right here, looking to see if they can grab this objective back at the 0.49 meter mark. Abstract net on that Ash, looking to see if they can get those picks, but gonna be unsuccessful as the shatter comes in from Billy Got to clean up the rest of this objective.
The critical moment of that push was Noam being slightly too delayed on the Dragon Strike to combo with that Graviton Surge. But Beppo's already up to the 70%. He's going to have another Grav coming out here. Or she. I don't know. But they're going to have another Grav coming.
We'll be safe.
Yeah.
All right.
Or they.
Let's go ahead and get back into the action. Abstract on that high ground with Noam trying to provide some damage. Oh, Fredmaster gets taken down by Noam mid-flight, trying to make their way into that backline quickly. And with that damage already out of the fight, it's going to be hard for them to hold on. Rare providing healing from the backline. We see the shatter come in from Mist, able to get a couple, but EMP already in from Karibo. Fredmaster back in the fight, looking to see if they get Noam just continually picking off Fredmaster. Will not allow this Reaper to reap again. We see the Graviton come out, gets the triple right there without the Dragon Strike, and Billy Got feeding back into the objective, gets taken down by Rare. 2 minutes shaved off the clock, but nevertheless, objective 2 is captured with 4 minutes remaining.
You have to wonder if that pin from Billy Got to send Mist into the drink was truly a good idea. I think that was really the turning point of that fight, where if he didn't do that, maybe his team would have been able to hold, but now they're on third with 348 facing them down.
Beat Drop gets invested to counter Dragon Strike and Bob, and it looks like Billy Got trying to hold off against Mist, not being able to grab the value that they're looking for out of defending from the Bob. Shatter comes out, grabs two as we see Billy Got get the nano. Karibo able to grab Mist off of the side, but the res coming in. Ariana has been huge on those reses, bringing Mist back in every time. But Fredmaster comes in with the Blossom, shuts this all down. At the 3 minute mark, we will end up seeing Lightspeed sent back to spawn.
Yeah, at this point it's just going to be the staggers, but coming up soon should be your Grav Dragon combo. You don't have any ults here, you're probably just going to dry fight this unless you get a pick. But considering how good Noam's been at shutting down Fredmaster, he might be able to find one onto one of the DPS, or even a squishy or a support here.
That is true, and with no beat to counter it, it's going to be hard. Here's the Graviton, looking to see if it can grab that value, but no, Dragon Strike doesn't get invested soon enough. EMP coming out from Karibo falls incredibly low as Curb trying to make their way in and take Beppo out of the fight, but Beppo is not backing down, ends up getting the triple kill right there, already up to their Graviton Surge to couple with Noam to really take this fight. Graviton gets invested, but Noam's nowhere near the fight. They're not going to be able to get the value that they were looking for with that Graviton Surge. The beat gets invested by Curb, looking to see if they can hold the staggering pieces together. Dragon Strike and Bob get invested once again, and Bob is doing work, baby! The cleanup comes in. The res brings back Beppo, and they will grab objective number 3 with 1:45 remaining on the clock.
This just told the other 11 players in the lobby, screw you, I'm gonna play WM1 Simulator. I think I've seen Mist and Enemy backline more of the same Billy Got in his own backline. constantly offensive pressure coming out here from Mist that we haven't seen at all this series. I don't know where this came from, but it is
true.
glorious.
It has definitely been huge right here. And looking in the chat, viewer Crow saying One Tricks wins the meta mirror, but Lightspeed wins the off meta picks. And I mean, I can't disagree with that. Although usually a Hanzo with a Zarya isn't what I would say off meta. It's not usually a pick that we've seen very often from our players here in Tranquility, just because, you know, Hanzo, very squishy, and if you're not super exact with him, it's really hard to hold a defensive stance. But the combination of the double sniper here from Abstract and Noam has been working out fairly well, and it looks like we're gonna see some boops off the bridge here as Noam swaps over to the Pharah.
Unfortunately, no spawn camp. That would have made me happy, but Noam was taking more heads on Hanzo than I saw an Islander demo night ever do. That was beautiful. If you get that reference, you get a cookie.
Yeah, I mean, we've got quite a few viewers in there, so I hope you have a couple dozen cookies available for them. As we go ahead and get into the action, we see already the bridge given up by the team as Abstract takes down Fredmaster with the dynamite, looking to see if they can follow up onto Curb as well. It's a 4v6 fight right now as they continue to hold the corner strong. Noam and Beppo able to clean up Curb and Ryan, and that will go ahead and shut down this push. 40 seconds shaved off the One Tricks clock.
I don't know which one of you beautiful commentators said that there needs to be more off meta from Lightspeed, but they understood and they are delivering right now. Noam has been flexing from first on Hanzo, now on Pharah, which has been giving them a ton of room to work with, and Abstract has been doing so much in these fights.
Well, we will see, because now we're seeing the swap of Fredmaster and Karibo, seeing if they can match the off meta with the Widow and Tracer. Fredmaster gets the first pick there onto Abstract, looking to see if they can follow up onto Noam as well. The res comes in, and oh, big pick comes in as Mist able to take down Ryan Rays right there. But Fredmaster just having free room to work. Karibo in the backline ends up getting the pick. Double pick with the punch kills onto Abstract and Mist. And that payload is going to be moving its way forward with quite a few ultimates online.
Yeah, I think partially that was the surprise factor. I think that was a great swap, but at the same time, this composition is very beatable now that you're on this Mercy Moira, which I have dubbed it some offensive terms, which I'm not going to be speaking now. So they're going to have to be trying to play this very carefully if they want to get maximum value out of it, especially considering the much more standard composition on the other side. But Noam finds Karibo.
That's true, and we see it now. The Coalescence come out to try to counter the purple, but it doesn't work that way, folks. Puffball does grab Rare and is now in the backline looking to see if they can take down Ariana, but the Valkyrie gets popped, and we will see the hold here now. Billy got... why was Billy got back there? Why?
I don't know.
Why was Billy Got's just like off on the other side of the bridge? You know what? I'll give it to Billy Got. Billy Got just was like, oh, we capped the objective, right? No big. I'll just keep moving forward.
It's one of those great mysteries of life. Or, like, what is the purpose of life?
What is the Ryan in the back line?
Are there aliens? Where's Billy Got? It's those three.
Well, I mean, it's where's Billy Got and Mist, because as you said in round one, Mist was in the back line way more than we saw Noam on that Sombra. But that Graviton Surge, now the Shatter out from Mist. They're just going to keep cleaning it up right now. The res comes in onto Billy Got, though, as Abstract able to take down Fredmaster, counter tackles, keeping them high as the anti-nade comes in huge from Rare and is showing to be the MSD for their team. Those purples are just proving to be deadly for the side of One Trick.
I mean, Ryan Reed is still alive in this fight, and with more energy than Beppo, he's actually going to take the 1v1. Fredmaster on the legs!
The legs! We got legs in the fight right now as we see the recall come in from Noam to get back into the fight. Now we see the Nano coming in from mid. Oh! just barely blocking the shatter, just like a little pixie shield to block that shatter, and gets right back to swinging. Noam and Mist just cleaning up the front line. Overtime ticking away as the Bob gets invested by Abstract, and that's all she wrote. Lightspeed, after a rough first half, is gonna take this map on Rialto, bringing it 2-2 in our Discord tier matchup.
That was an incredibly dominant performance there. As much as Billy got tried to get into that backline, which he did plenty, I think that Mist was just outplaying him. I think it was the NTD for a lot of that, believe it or not. And ready?
Yeah, there was quite a few interesting plays from both sides of these teams. Honestly, we were seeing big healer difference coming out from Rare Soccer. Absolutely huge, those anti-nades that kept coming in. And I think that along with the way that Mist was playing this time around, just really showed up for Lightspeed. You know, being able to block more of Billy's shatters, you know, maybe like we were talking about during halftime. It's about the long game when we come to the playoffs. It's about being able to go the distance, do all those maps, think about grinding out comp, you know, being able to do it for 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, as some of our casters have figured out here in the playoffs when we get to those map 7s, map 8s. And, you know, the players have to be able to go that distance as well. If you're used to scrimming like that you're playing multiple hours at a time, that's great. Works out really well for you. If you're not used to that, if you're not used to intense match after intense match, you might find yourself on the short end of the stick coming to finishing the playoffs. So seeing Lightspeed being able to bring it back after the second half, or after the first half, and then now as we head into Control, it's really going to change how things look moving forward.
Yeah, and we're actually seeing a swap come out here. It's going to be Fred taking a back seat here, and it's going to be Clocks coming in.
Clockster, yeah.
Clockster, yeah. Good old Clocks.
TikTok, baby. and Clockster was doing really well in the first two maps. Even though they didn't end up grabbing Lijiang, Clockster was a huge shift in what we saw between them on Lijiang and Volskaya. So it will be interesting to see how this all works out in the end. Now that we're back on Control, this is Lightspeed's chance to be able to make that run for this playoff spot continuing forward. If they can grab this win, all they got to do is take the next map, and I'm pretty sure the rest of our maps are just Escort and Control. I don't think we have any other variations going forward, because at this point we're trying to prevent as many ties as possible. So it's going to be interesting to see how the maps chosen going forward is going to impact this. What do you see coming out there, Ty?
There's some dive, and there's one particular dive hero who I'm looking at right now, who is known as the Cyborg Ninja. Never mind, this Homer's back in play.
No Cyborg Ninja here.
But they're going to be playing the sort of meta dive that we saw earlier, and on the other side, there's going to be this Ash Tracer. And I'm interested to see how this dynamic is going to play out. In the Overwatch League, it was very team-based. You would see Striker just dominate people on this Tracer, but you know, anything can happen.
That is true. We see both teams trying to take control of the high ground right now. One Trick's able to hold on to that for now as the point getting ready to unlock. Clocks are joining the rest of the team as they try to make their way in. Karibo already 40% up to an EMP right there as we see Clockser make their way to the high ground, looking to see if they can get that pick on to Mist. Here comes the DMEC for Beppo as Noam and Ryan trade kills on the others. Healers. Mist able to follow up on to Clockser. The objective still not captured yet as Curb ends up falling there. The only one left near the objective is the combination of Ryan and Karibo, and with Karibo just very low on health, it looks like they might end up staggering out this diva and giving control to Lightspeed.
Yeah, that was a really good fight there from Lightspeed, and this map is going to be very critical in deciding who's going to have the advantage coming in through the rest of this. If Lightspeed can take this, then that proves the previous theory that they're going to be able to win on control. If it's one trick, then we might be in for a long series.
Can agree with that. The dive makes its way onto the high ground as Billy Got almost gets booped into the pulse bomb, but able to recover just barely. Mist does end up finalizing the kill on them and Karibo, though. And at the 30% mark, Lightspeed just right at home here on Oasis as they go ahead and continue to hold this objective.
Yeah, they're currently... Billy Got's currently... Oh, that's like... EMP?
Wait, what?
Excuse me? What?
Okay, missed a little too far out. Use the EMP to try to take advantage there. They are out of the fight, but the percentage continuing to climb right now as we see the dive coming in. Bob getting invested into the objective, but Billy Got is deep.
Oh.
Ryan Ray's sending out the bump. Oh,
I think we know what happened now.
We have lost one. Sorry, folks. Again, as you know, we're all playing from our homes. Yeah, even if it wasn't COVID time, that's just the way it is. We're not some Overwatch league, be able to put people in bubbles. But we did end up losing. Who did we lost Cloxer. Oof.
Oh,
that is not a good position to be in. Not only do you lose the majority of your damage because Cloxer's playing the Reaper, but also all that ult percentage that they had built up ready to use for this upcoming fight.
Yeah, and they just EMP. They have to invest into this fight. They just found Abstract. Mist is still on his way back. They have to invest into here. And with that DC, you no longer have a 2-man advantage. You're in a 5v4 that you're going to have to scrap out and probably invest a couple more ults. This is probably the worst case scenario for you to happen right now. I mean, it would have been better. Like, this is probably one of the better heroes to be going out. I mean, maybe the Sombra, debatably, because she would be getting back faster and she just ulted.
Mm-hmm.
But losing your Reaper here, it's still winnable. But if you lose this, it's going to sting, because they're going to almost undeniably be investing at least one more ultimate into here to confirm it.
That's true. And Puffball also just popped the Coalescence as well, so that normally could be used for some cleanup on that EMP, but it looks like the team is well separated, so it's going to end up doing more damage than it does actually healing the team. And it looks like, as we had mentioned earlier, we are having some login issues. So as we do sometimes, we're going to send it to a quick break while we try to see if we can go ahead and get our hero back into the action. We'll be back with more Overwatch Tranquility very shortly. All right, welcome back, folks. We are back into the action as we go ahead and see the cleanup come in. Billy got able to grab Ariana there at the end. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, Cloxer. Oh, man. This may not be good. We had just gotten Cloxer back in, but the pause was already activated before Cloxer even picked Reaper. Oh man, this might be a rough one, folks. As NPC says in the chat, we could be seeing a Potatoes Comets game. I mean, thankfully it is. They do have a player on the bench, so if Lightspeed allows, One Tricks can bring in their other DPS. So that will be something that they will have to decide upon once their timeouts are exhausted, which I believe they have like 3 minutes remaining of their total timeouts. So we'll see. It looks like they're good. Looks like they're good to go, so we'll get back into the action as we see the Primal getting popped out from Billy Got, looking to see if they can take Beppo out of the fight. Curb does end up punching out Rare as we see Beppo just going for what little bit of healing they can get. They will get staggered out by the combo of Billy Got and Ryan as we see the hack come in. No one will fall, but missed. Back in the action, able to take down Curb, 83% and climbing the objective. Still hasn't gone into the favor of One Tricks. They have not been able to turn things around. Clocks are getting clocked right there as they reach the 90% mark, and I think that this is it for round one.
Yeah, that's disaster if you're looking at this from the One Tricks angle.
Wait, what?
This is what?
Who's on the... Oh! Karibo! Able to touch the objective just in time. I was wondering. I'm like, who? It's the sneaky Karibo. Don't, just like they say in Yu-Gi-Oh, don't count out the littles there, folks. But then again, easily destroyed, as well as Beppo and Abstract just eat them all up. Missed taking down Billy Got in the end, triggering a team kill to take away this map 100-0.
Yeah, that was honestly, in my opinion, just a bit of an unluckers. You can't really do anything at that point once you see that you've lost a DC, except for either commit to giving up the fight or just commit even harder into it. They committed harder into it, trying their best to win it, but there was just enough of a stagger from Lightspeed to get another pause.
Oh man. I mean, at least they're not in the middle of a fight right now. So I guess they got that going for them.
Could be worse.
Yeah, so it's triggering the auto pause. However much Cloxer is getting disconnected, it's continually triggering the auto pause, but it might not be that Cloxer is completely DC'd, so we apologize for all the pauses that are happening right now. And honestly, it could be from anyone, to be completely honest. We haven't lost anyone, so we're not for certain if it's just affecting Cloxer or if it's affecting any of the other players. But as we head into Gardens, it looks like one team's looking to get brawly while the other is looking to dive harder. What do you think about this, Ty?
I think that Cloxer's gone.
Oh, Cloxer is gone. That is a negatory on unpausing there. So we will give the teams an additional 3 minutes to try to get Cloxer back into the fight. Producer Juke, if you can ask Lightspeed if they are willing to allow the other player of One Tricks to sub once their timeouts are exhausted. That would be greatly appreciated, because that's how the rules go here. Technically, if Lightspeed says no, we could see ourselves in a 5v6 matchup until the end of Oasis. And that's rough, but it's in the rules for a reason.
This is one way to get momentum back. Totally the DDoS, by the way. No, I'm kidding. This isn't the way you want to get momentum back. I think if you're Lightspeed, they did let Fred come back in, so that's a bit of a wholesome occurrence, and that's something you wanted to see. But it's a little bit rough that this is happening for One Tricks. They basically gave up one round of Oasis, 1-1, except you have to do it twice.
Yep, pretty much. But thankfully, as we clarified there. It looks like the Lightspeed are willing to allow a substitute if, for some reason, clocks are. Oh wait, no, that's not what was supposed to happen.
Hmm?
Uh, they. I was asked. No, I asked if they were. No, I understand that they're from their roster. I was asking if they. Yep. Pa, no,
Well,
that's so they have to exhaust their they have to exhaust their timeouts first. Well, I'm not in there, so I can't talk to them directly. Okay, I will go ahead and do that then. But they have to exhaust all their pauses first, and then they can allow a substitute to come in. And then after that, it is.
okay.
Yep. So we are just waiting for them to. We- okay, we'll go ahead and send it to a short halftime while we work things out here, folks. We'll be right back.
This is like
All right, welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. Trying to mod outside the game, not always the easiest thing to do. But as we see, Fredmaster has come in replacing Clockster. We couldn't get Clockster back in, but as of now, if for any reason we see a
Oh my
DC on the
goodness.
side of One Tricks, we have to immediately unpause and continue playing. That's the way that it works. That's the way the rules are written. So hopefully we'll continue to see some good matches regardless of this unfortunate incident, and hopefully we'll get Clockster back before the end of the night. So we'll see how that goes. Control already going to the side of Lightspeed as we start things off here on the Gardens. What do you think about that, Ty?
Ariana got 2 amazing picks, fighting the enemy Lucio, and I believe as well found Kuribo, which is a very impressive thing for Lucio
Yeah.
to be able to be doing.
That's true, and Noam already in the backline looking to square off against Karibo right there, as we see the minefield already coming out from Billy Got, trying to get some value out of it, takes some shields down, but Fredmaster able to grab the double kill as the beat drop gets invested. Ore heading up to the 40% mark. Tackvisor now coming out from Fredmaster, looking to see if they can get a pick of their own. Blossom out from Abstract, grabs Ryan after the DMAC, but will get taken down by Karibo to follow, and those picks continuing to come in for the side of One Tricks, swapping stuff over at the 55% mark.
If I'm One Tricks here, I'm thinking, man, I really wish I didn't use Beat and Visor. They're going to need something big here to counteract with this push coming in. There's going to be Grav, Shatter, and Coalescence. They need a big bomb, whichever one it is.
That is true. We will see how this goes as we see the bomb coming in. Graviton Surge comes out as well as Shatter, because everybody was laying on the ground when Beppo turned around. I was not exactly for certain about that. Typically, you don't want to use those in combination, but it does do a heck of a ton of damage, and they did take the objective back, starting their climb at the 60% mark.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you get the cool quirky 5k, you get the cool quirky 5k. I'm not complaining.
Nope, definitely not a complaint for many of us. Coalescence coming out from Puffball, looking to see if they can push their way into the objective. Ends up grabbing Ariana and Fredmaster. Whoa, quad kill, quintuple kill coming in from the damage of the Coalescence. Noam, the only one left near the objective. Team kill ringing out in the opposite direction as One Tricks take the objective back in a fervor.
Yeah, Lightspeed had nothing there to defend, and even though I said if it gets the 5k, it gets the 5k, you still would have liked either Shatter or Grab coming to this next fight, and now you're going to be coming in here with this Pulse Bomb.
True. Let's see if that pulse can end up grabbing something. We see Noam right here in the back line, but ends up getting picked off by Fredmaster early. Not going to be able to use that pulse bomb in this fight unless they get back in quickly. Fredmaster getting the double, but Beppo bringing it back. That big old laser going to do the damage that they're looking for, but Ryan getting back into the fight, able to do a double of their own with Puffball. They will continue to hold on to this objective, making their way up to the 70% mark.
Yeah, Beppo's done a great job of charging up this next Graviton Surge. Already at 3/4 of the way through, but Kuribo's going to have this EMP, most likely going to lock out this fight. That'll bring time for the rest of the ultimates to come on board.
That's true, and already we see the recall taken out, the translocator rather, taken out of the fight, so not going to be able to get out of position the way they were hoping for. Fredmaster getting the double right there, triple kill, just shredding that team on the Reaper, and at the 95% mark, I think that we are seeing One Tricks, just barely being able to trigger overtime right here. We will see Mist feed themselves into the fight, but gets hacked out, and we see the EMP come out. Fredmaster bringing out the Blossom to take out anybody else making their way into the objective. Abstract coming out with a Blossom of their own, but already at half health is not going to be good for them. Graviton Surge now coming out, but again, Beppo doesn't have the damage themselves to be able to hold on, and we will see One Tricks turn this around despite all the issues with a 100 to 83% victory.
There was a little bit of miscommunication there. The translocator was destroyed from Kuribo. He had no escape available, and yet still there was no follow-up onto the Sombra. Completely isolated, no escape, and yet they didn't do anything about it. That had to happen there, or else they're going to lose to that EMP 100%. And even though it only found the ball, sometimes that's all you need.
I can definitely concur with that. And it looks like we have some, possibly some swaps coming into this as we head into University. No, I'm going to still stick on to that Tracer. Not a lot of changes for the side of Lightspeed, but Kuribo, bringing out the Golden Fist. Gonna start punching people out, and Fredmaster gonna get that first pick onto Abstract, just a little bit out of position from the rest of the team. Kuribo looking to see if they can get their way into the back line as Noam falling incredibly low, able to use the recall to get out of there. Fredmaster working their way back in, chasing down Noam, and will be successful. We do see now Abstract back into the fight, but with all the damage that is coming out from One Tricks, it is going to be hard for them to push into this. Control does go to them, but the fight is far from over as Coalescence. Ori coming out from Puffball, looking to see if they can grab a pick with that long beam, and now Coalescence coming out in reverse. Rare Soccer trying to see if they can get those picks, and a big old shatter coming in from Mist. Abstract cleans it up. Noam in the back line takes down Fredmaster, brings out the recall as Beppo follows up under Ryan. Puffball falling as well. The team goes down, and at the 24% mark, One Tricks will lose the objective to Lightspeed.
Yeah, even though it was a fight win, you're still coming in here. You're going to have the Coalescence advantage slightly, and you're going to have a sound barrier, which the enemy team just used. And with Ariana dead, she's not going to be able to charge up another one.
That is true. Shatter comes in as well as Graviton Surge, but doesn't really get the value that they're looking for. Noam with the double kill right there, able to follow up on all of those picks and really clean that up with the pulse bomb, and already 30% to their next one.
Yeah, and again, 3 ultimates used there for Lightspeed. There's going to be a big advantage for One Tricks coming in here. Death Blossom and Meteor Strike available. Both DPS ults can really cause some havoc.
I can definitely agree with that, but again, they have quite a few in the pocket all ready to go once again. The fist comes in, Kuribo coming in with the slam! Welcome to the jam. There is no jam. No jam for them as we see Fredmaster pulling out the Blossom as well. Ryan falling incredibly low, trying to hold strong. They will take down Abstract. Billy got with the Shatter, gets the double kill right there, and at the 63% mark, it looks like One Tricks will successfully retake this. Oh no!
Oh, no!
Nope, not letting it happen. They know everybody's not back in the fight yet, so they're gonna feed in, keep that percentage climbing. That's what I say. If you got it, keep going. Fredmaster does get the pick onto Ariana, so that's gonna be hard for them to hold on to this. Pulse Bomb comes in, takes down Fredmaster as Billy Got gets the double kill right before the control point, still in favor of Lightspeed as they continue to hold on strong. Kuribo able to ends up getting picked off by Noam, but the fire strike from Billy Got ends that pesky Tracer's life. At the 91% mark, One Tricks will retake the objective.
I was about to say that Lightspeed were going to have a big disadvantage there, since there was going to be the cap there from One Tricks, around 60%. Now you managed to get that to 90. No more fights if you cap here. You basically win it there.
I can definitely concur with that. Big Graviton Surge coming in. Blossom into the backline, trying to counter out the Coalescence, and will be successful in doing so, except for a Mist falling there in the end. Now Graviton coming in from Beppo, and the Coalescence is big from Rare. The only one left on the objective is Puffball, and will be fallen at the 64% mark. We will see Control go up right back. Oh man, there's a sneaky Billy boy that comes right across the objective. Shatter coming in from Billy, but Noam's like, nope, you ain't following up on that. Now Blossom out from Fredmaster, able to grab the double kill right there, looking to see if they can clean it up. EMP coming in from Kuribo, looking to see if they can get those additional picks. Over time ticking away right now as the hacks continue to try to come in. It's Abstract and Rare just trying to hold on, and Abstract is absolutely rocking it right now. Oh no, watch out behind you there. We got Billy God coming back into the action with that big old hammer. Overtime continuing to tick away as the feed continues to come in a strong. Ball just trying to boop everyone and anyone off the objective. If they can keep them off, it'll work out. Mist able to take down Billy God, but Fredmaster takes down Mist in return. Coalescence now coming out from Rare, looking to see if they can hold on. Ends up getting a couple of picks, cleaning up the objective. Overtime ticks away as the counter Moira gets taken down, and just like map 1, Lightspeed takes away Oasis 2-1, bringing them into the lead in our matchup tonight, 3-2.
By the end there, it was honestly up to the Moiras. Whichever one got their Coalescence first was likely to win them the fight. There was so much scrappiness coming out. A great Blossom came out from the Reaper there. Just wasn't enough. You needed at least one more ultimate to close it out for either side. There just wasn't there until the Coalescence came out, which secured the final fight. Rare got 2 kills, maybe 3. My memory is foggy.
Yeah.
But it was just enough to win them that fight.
That's exactly true right there. I think many times we forget the power of Moira, especially with those coalescences. None of the things they tried to do to kind of nerf her ever came through. Like balls only bouncing one time and then kind of disappearing or doing a certain amount of damage to one person. Everything is still very much the same for Moira. And one thing you really can't shut down unless you stun it out is coalescence. It does an incredible amount of healing, an incredible amount of damage. So it only buffs your team and just negates anything that's coming out from the enemy side unless they stun you out. So, and right now we did on Oasis see the Battle of the Moiras, and I guess I was wrong. We are headed to Hybrid next, so we will possibly see a tie tonight still. And of course, we're headed to everyone's favorite map,
King's Row. Let's go, dude. Scrim's Row. But there's a reason why everybody loves King's Row, because everybody loves Reinhardt. Reinhardt. The big German man has come to play.
That's right. I can definitely concur with that. Looking in the chat, it looks like people are loving this, loving the Billy action that they got going on. But 8S or 8s saying what an absolute mad lad that Billy is. And Billy has been popping out some incredible plays, but unfortunately they just were not enough on that map. Oh no. It looks like it is Lightspeed's turn now to lose a player. So we are going to be waiting for their player to get back in, and the unfortunate part is that Lightspeed does not have another player to fill in for their roster. So we hope that they're able to get them back into the fight. And Noam, you are right. Juke is suffering right now, as we all are. We just hope and pray to the Overwatch dev gods that every match goes right. And unfortunately, it doesn't always go in our favor. So 6 minutes on the clock. We have to wait and see if they can get them back into the action. So thinking about the first hybrid map we went to, Numbani, we talked about how that was kind of like the dive version of King's Row. Now we are on King's Row to see if they can figure out what they're going to do to move forward. This is the chance for Lightspeed to just take it away. If they can get their player back, they can just knock King's Row out of the park, and they have solidified my guess to what this match was going to be, which makes me a little happy, and end it 4-2.
I mean, some may call King's Row the Brawl version of Numbani. You don't know.
Yes, I believe that might have been what we said last time. But if they're not able to get their player back, it might be a little difficult for them to take this map. They may have to give it up, and then that pushes us to map 7 Escort. There's no ties on Escort unless you were like incredibly lucky. Like super lucky. There are like 2 points that you can lock down. Or I guess 3 if the payload doesn't move anywhere. But like there are only 3 ways that you can tie on that map. There are very finite ways that can happen. And I don't know. It's going to be really hard. We've already wasted about 2 minutes off the clock. We're going to throw you to another quick break just so that we're not talking your ear off. And we'll be back with more tranquility, hopefully, in a couple of minutes. And we're back. Welcome back, folks. It's just a continued back and forth. The battle of the pauses now going on tonight as we bring our heroes back into the action. Abstract, welcome back. We're glad to have you. Apparently, didn't even realize they disconnected. They're like, "Why are we pausing? It's not a big deal." But actually, it was a big deal. They weren't even here. So
why is my screen black?
Yeah, I'm not for certain how that works. I feel like you would realize if you disconnected from a match, but I mean, you know what? I don't expect. I don't expect anything crazier anymore. I have never gotten a good angle of King's Row like this. This is so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
I
mean, it is. King's Row is London, yes.
London-esque, I believe, like somewhere around there, if not in London itself.
I just remembered. I forgot to mention something about 4 or 5 maps ago. Did you know that Volskaya Industries is the only map in the game with a statue that has eyelashes?
No, I did not. That is an interesting piece of trivia that I didn't even realize was something that was interesting. That is very unique. I wouldn't even think of eyelashes on a statue, to be completely honest with you. But now getting into the action here, Lightspeed, they're ready to brawl this out. We big fight territory right here. It's May Reaper. They're going in. They're getting aggressive. The picks are looking to come in, but they haven't happened just yet. But they are on the objective. Already have first tick within the first 20 seconds. Looking to see if they can lock this down. The Adelsworth Hotel is not a place that you want to be staying for long, and they are finding that out very quickly. One Tricks. The hits are coming in. The picks are locking down for Lightspeed, and with Ryan last to fall, that is going to be control point 1 captured. 5 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock as they take to the streets.
That might be the fastest King's Row first point attack that has ever occurred in a competitive match. There was so much power behind Lightspeed's push. They just went in and didn't give up. They just took the point, said, "This is mine," slammed their fist on the table, and said, "You're not allowed."
That is true. And now it's Ariana versus Karibo on the point where big shatter coming in from Billy got there, able to take down Abstract and Ryan, but they're not going to be enough as they go ahead and get pushed back to the payload. It looks like we are continuing to see the team hold on strong. It looks like Karibo ended up having to recall against Ariana, so we're able to get that payload just a little bit further there, but they'll lock it down at the 50-meter mark.
Yeah, here you're probably going to see the EMP Graviton Surge combination here. Oh, that's a 5-man.
I did not expect any of that. The grab response, I guess, but I did not expect that Blizzard to go the way that it did. The cleanup coming in now from the side of One Tricks as they go ahead and retake the objective. I don't know if Noam's trying to switch. That was odd.
It did a great job at cutting off the enemy team. I just don't think that it was properly communicated to the rest of the team. They did look like they were quite ready to push with it, and the sound barrier came out, and though it only hit around 3 or 4 people, it was enough.
That is true, and honestly, the Blizzard, the only one that it really was doing damage to was Fredmaster, and got the beat and was able to hold strong. Billy comes in with the slam, but the jam is not here for them as they get taken down by Ariana. Blossom coming out from Fredmaster, but all it gets is a big old icicle as they get taken down by Mist. Karibo able to grab Ariana as Noam takes down Curb with both Lucios out of the fight. It is just Puffball trying to hold on to this objective, and Abstract will go ahead and take them out. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining on the clock as they push into Objective 2.
Yeah, that was just a massive, massive shatter. 5 people were dropped to the ground from that one from Mist. Great play from the main tank to read the other one and say, yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
I'ma slam it. Here comes the beat drop as we see the Maywall separating out the teams. Blizzard coming out from Noam once again before Karibo is even able to get their first Blizzard. This is ridiculous. Abstract ends up getting the first pick onto Fredmaster. The Graviton Surge does not get the value that it is looking for, but big slam coming in from Billy Got, and the cleanup is huge. Karibo able to get 2. 3 taking down Abstract there in the end, and just shy of Objective 2, they will continue to hold strong.
Yeah, and even though they started off very strong with that great Blizzard, there just wasn't enough pressure afterwards to actually win it, and it is a bit of a testament to show how much Noam has been getting value out of these icicles, but with Karibo getting this Blizzard available, this might be another second point hybrid hold.
That is true. Here comes the Graviton countered by the Blizzard. Blossom now coming out from Abstract, grabs the double kill as Mist is able to grab Curb, and Fredmaster falling to Ariana. That's a quick cleanup of objective number 2 as they move their way in with about 2 minutes on the clock. That'll give them 3.5 minutes to make their way into objective 3.
There hasn't been the proper utilization of Blizzards here. They're charging them up fast, particularly Noam, already at 87%, might I add. But they're just not getting the proper value. There's so much zoning, so much freezing going on, and they're not capitalizing. They need to get value out of these Blizzards, or they're just not going to be able to win these fights. Every fight a Blizzard's come out, they've lost.
That's true. Coalescence and Grav get countered by the beat as Fredmaster trying to use the Blossom. Oh! That gets slammed out by Mist, saying, nope. I don't have any other way to counter you, so that's what we're gonna do. We see the slam coming out from Billy God as well. Ends up getting 2. Man, it looks like Mist is gonna end up falling here in the end, but no, they end up getting Billy God out of position, and there they go. Billy God falling to the ground, that headset looking further and further away, but the Blizzard now coming out from Karibo, looking to see if they can hold strong. Curb ends up sending a frozen Beppo into the waste as we now see the Blizzard coming out from... Wait.
No?
Where is that Blizzard?
No.
Where was that? I heard the Blizzard, but it definitely wasn't on point. I don't know where it ended up going. But anyways, let's go ahead and get back into it. Coalescence now coming out from Rare as we see Mist again with the big slam. And now Billy got just, oh no.
Oh no, Billy!
Oh, Billy boy. Ends up charging right off the bat. The payload not in the proper position to keep them safe to charge the other Ryan into. Beat drop gets invested by Curb as Ryan sends in the Graviton Surge, trying to give Fred what they need to get the cleanup here. Big boops coming in. Billy God gets the double there. Fredmaster able to clean up Abstract in 3 meters short of the final resting spot. We will see the reset come in for Lightspeed.
Yeah, that was a great stagger there from One Tricks to just stay on the point and deny the capture. And now they're going to be coming in here with Death Blossom, which he's been charging up very fast, might I add, and the Earth Shatter. And despite nobody knows where that Blizzard went, but he's got another one, and it's going to go somewhere.
Yep. I'm not for certain where it was, but it definitely wasn't anywhere near us. Fredmaster ready to go. Graviton Shatter coming in. Fredmaster coming in with the Blossom, but ends up getting booped away by Ariana, and the beat is invested. They are ready and raring to go, but the damage from One Tricks is still just too much. Noam ends up taking down Karibo as the Maywall separates out the team once again. Blizzard in the pocket, ready to go for this next fight.
Yeah, the Blossom might have been a Slade, or not the Blossom, but... Okay, I don't... Okay, sorry, I don't even know what happened last fight. There's gonna be a Blizzard this fight, though. it's there it is!
There we go!
There it is.
AC, the ultimate coming out. Blizzard grabbing one on the objective, but not getting the value they were looking for. Puffball gets taken out. Graviton Surge comes in as well, and nothing to counter it. Space Jam comes in huge, and with only 10 seconds remaining on the clock, the only one near is Noam, and it looks like this payload is going to get locked at that 3-meter mark.
Yeah, it wasn't a second point hold, second point hold, but they did get it by the end of third, so that's very good. Now you have a clear win condition for this map. Get it to third, win this map, send us to the 7th map of the series.
That is true. That is true. I think the biggest thing to note, though, is they have to get there first. Kings Row, like the other hybrid and escort maps, that third point is really difficult to get if you're not essentially wiping the entire team to push it in. And you're always going to have the stagger. You're always going to have that issue of that payload just being shy of that third point. But before then, I mean, huge attack diff coming out from the side of Lightspeed there was just absolutely huge for them. So the question is, can they defend as well?
I'm going to ignore what One Tricks are on right now, because there's still a chance. I mentioned Volskaya statue, but there's something very fun you can do with this statue involving a particular teleporting hero and a particular robot who transforms into a death machine.
True, but do you think One Tricks are that desperate?
I don't think they're that desperate, and considering that they haven't switched onto it now, we're not going to be seeing it. Sag.
Wait, you never know. You truly never know in this game. But no, we will not be seeing it. I like what we see on the defense, though.
Double spam comp, very interesting. That's not something you've seen very often at all. Oh, but it's working.
I mean, but it do a lot of damage. It do a lot of damage. Beppo Ore getting the first pick onto Kuribo as we see Noam following up onto Curb. Fredmaster and the rest of the team are like, we're getting the heck out of here. I don't know what the rest of y'all are doing, but no, not allowed. Already 40 seconds off the clock as we see Kuribo swap it over to the... Oh, no. So close. So close.
So close yet so far, but this McCree is going to do a pretty decent job of countering this Pharah, at least checking her a little bit. Without a Mercy or Ana to help him out a little bit, though, it might be rough. And there goes Puffball.
Yeah.
And Ryan. Nothing really you could have done there. Just
Oh! Noam gets taken out of the sky, but the res successfully comes in from Ariana, working out very well indeed. But Fredmaster already halfway up to that Deadeye, which is going to work out really well for them. But Noam and Abstract have the Barrage and Tire out in this fight, looking to see if they can grab the value that they are looking for, going for the long flank. Where are they going to get them? They're just shaving time. They're just shaving time. Even if they don't get a pick, they're just shaving time. And Fredmaster falls in the meantime.
I don't know where Fred was there, but he just got deleted, and now it's worse.
Oh, I don't know if that was necessary. Might have been a little overkill there from Lightspeed, but, you know, they still were able to push him back to spawn. Every ultimate being used right there, except for Beppo coming up on the Graviton. Gonna put them in a very interesting position for this next fight.
Yeah, and Kuribo switches over to the Doomfist. I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish here. Traps, Pharah spam, sleep darts. There's not much for you to really get value onto here.
But you got a big fist.
You do got a big fist, so that is a very good plus.
But I'm not sure. That's all really I can give you there, is that you got a big fist.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, Abstract. You goofed, son. You goofed. You concussion mined the McCree right into the air where they could get the angle that they needed to get those picks, and that might be the downfall here. Oh no! Graviton Surge in from Beppo comes in huge, but the cleanup's not there. Karibo gets the double on the healers, and at the minute 10 mark, we will see control of the payload go over to the side of One Tricks.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot to continue this momentum. Just a grab here compared to the Earthshatter, but even though there's only one ult on both sides, you have to look at how close Lightspeed are to this Tire, this Valkyrie, now this Barrage and Nano Boost as well. They're going to be coming online very shortly, and then compare that to One Tricks.
Yep. We got Coalescence. Coalescence has been pretty huge for them. Oh, big slam coming in from Karibo, coupled with the Graviton. Ends up taking Beppo out of the fight, but Mist follows up onto Ryan as well. And it looks like that might be exactly what they need. No, Karibo able to take down Mist as well. Barrage, though, shuts down Billy Got, keeping them from continuing to move forward, and takes down Karibo as well with Abstract. Following up on Fredmaster, it looks like they will be able to lock down this objective at the 57-meter mark.
Yeah, that was a really good clutch barrage. I think that we're starting to see why Karibo decided to go onto the Doomfist. He's getting a lot of value on it. But it's just not going to be enough. If Fredmaster dies, there's nothing, and absolutely nothing except for
Karibo going for the big, long skydive right there. All right, and the Deadeye is online. Fredmaster gonna be looking to pop it. Here it is. Oh, big sleep from Rare coming in, shuts it down before the trigger is pulled. Here comes the Meteor Strike, getting in the back like my concussion mine takes it out too. There's nothing that they are not prepared for. No, I'm getting ready to come up on the next barrage as Mist ends up getting taken out by the tackle of Billy Got, but Abstract not allowing that to happen. Ariana bringing Mist back into the fight as Noam continuing to hold strong as that Sky Princess. With a minute 45 remaining on the clock, One Tricks are back in the spawn again.
There was such a good opportunity for One Tricks to get a foothold into this map again. But they just blew it. Billy Got and Puffball just dropped asleep. But
that's sleep.
You're down 2 ults that you should have right now. No Shatter, no Coalescence, and possibly no win with this
Barrage. Grab combo. You love to see it work, and it shaves another 30 seconds off the clock. Still plenty of ultimates to spare for Lightspeed as we head into the final minute of King's Row.
Yeah, now Karibo, again, no ult charge, decides to go into the Echo. Such an ult deficit here. Compare that to 2 support ults, a Tire, and a Shatter coming online.
I see what Karibo's trying to do, though. Just trying to get up in that sky and trying to contest this far from doing so much damage. Shatter coming out from Mist ends up getting a few, but it's not enough to shut it down. Abstract, though, ends up finalizing onto Billy Got and Curb as Puffball comes out with the Coalescence, just trying to do everything they can to keep their team up in the fight, even sending some heals Mist's way, just for good measure, you know? We want to make it fair.
Just to try
23. That's right. 23 seconds remaining on the clock. Graviton Surge is ready. Big slam coming out from Billy Got, but you gotta have the cleanup to go with it. Graviton coming in as Billy Got charges in, able to take Beppo out of the fight. High Noon coming out as Karibo able to get the double kill. Ryan able to follow up on the Mist and Rare, and this might be exactly what they need. Overtime is ticking away. I lied. This is not the final minute of this objective as Karibo takes down Noam as well. They are pushing in to objective number 2, but we are seeing very forward defensive positioning from the side of One Tricks. They are not ready to give this up so easily, but Mist charging into the action ends up getting taken down by Ryan. Karibo now coming in as the Reinhardt, looking to get that big slam and just push it aggressively all the way to the end. The picks just are non-stop from the side of One Tricks. The mental is huge right here. They grab objective number 2 and clearing the team once again. A minute 10 remains on the clock.
At this point, that was... If that hold happened, that was the end. And now, with such an ult advantage, again here for Lightspeed, They have to make every little bit count on the attack, and that's a good start.
Oh, but the counter chatter is going to be too much. Tyre going into the back line gets the double as the barrage also comes out, able to take down the shield, but Ryan is supercharged, not able to get the value that they're looking for. It's a 3-on-2 fight, pushing into this final objective spot, and Ryan is just cleaning them all up right now. Billy got charging into the back line, not really going to help them out when they're in this positioning, and Graviton is still online. There's the grab, ends up grabbing the Mercy. Double kill coming in from Karibo as they clean up on that Graviton Sturge. Stun comes in, big picks for the team. 13 seconds remaining on the clock, and in a desperate fervor, One Tricks take King's Row, sending us to another rear-clenching map 7.
We're going until Wednesday with this one, guys. Just absolute back and forth consistently. Lightspeed just used 4 ults in that last fight, and there was almost no value found in any of them. The barrage was killed. I didn't even see the Earth Shatter. I don't know where those ults went. The Tyre was the only one that I saw get value.
Yeah, the Earth Shatter was one of the ones that started off the fight. It was Nano, then Shatter. The Shatter didn't get Billy got, and then the counter Shatter happened. So the Tyre got invested. The Tyre still didn't take down Billy got, so the barrage got invested. And it still didn't take down Billy got. Billy got wants that headset, folks. Wants it.
There is nothing that can stop an angry Billy Got.
No,
I was gonna say Billy
not.
Goat. I was gonna say Billy Goat, but
I mean, I think that's kind of the play on words there.
Yeah, I just stopped myself because I realized that's probably the point of it anyways. But at this point, we're heading to Ilios as our final map. Or Gibraltar. Never mind. Sorry, we're going to Gibraltar.
It's escort. We're not going to...
My bad.
That would be an interesting escort map. I don't think that map is... Maybe if you put all 3 of them together, Ilios will be that long.
Send a payload down the well, but...
Exactly. You go down the well, and then you go up the well, and then right back out.
If Numbani is a dive version of King's Road, then Gibraltar is a dive version of Numbani. Whoever can dive better here will win the series, I think. You're not going to be playing the Brawl. Urvis is dead. You're not going to be playing the Bunker. The only other composition I think is feasibly ran here is the Roadhog Scrap comp, where you put in the Piggy as your main tank. I just don't know if it'll be good enough to beat whatever dive comes out, because that has to be the main composition.
No, I can definitely agree with you there. All right, folks, it looks like our teams are asking for their full 5-minute break before we head into this last match. So stay tuned. We will be back with the finals of this quarterfinal matchup in the Discord tier in about 5 minutes. started from the bottom. We are here now in another map 7 clincher, a barn burner if there ever had been one. It is 3-3 between Lightspeed and One Tricks, and it is truly time to see which of these. I won't even say which of these teams is fastest because they've taken so long to finish tonight. So it's just who's gonna hobble their way over the finish line first at this point. We are headed into Watch Point Gibraltar, as you can see here, and it's like you said. I think we're in a dive v dive matchup once again there, Ty.
Yeah, there's one difference between these compositions. We all see it. It's either like Fred does not need the pocket, Abstract does in order to win this duel. We're gonna have to see how much that influences it.
All right, well, we see the dive Aurum moving its way onto the high ground, expecting where the team is going to be. Mist looking to see if they can get that value. And Noam already found out Fredmaster, looking to see if they can chase him down, but Karibo ends up getting the pick instead. Dynamite comes up just barely, missing where they're set up, but the payload uncontested, completely uncontested right now as it moves through the underground.
Yeah, there's nothing really that can be happening right now, but a big nade!
Oh, that's a big purple right there from Puffball, finally deciding, hey, that purple thing you can do? I can do that. I can do purple things too. All right, and Noam in this 1v4 on the high ground. Like, what? Oh my goodness, but the payload moves its way forward once again. The dive coming up onto Fredmaster, looking to see if they can get those picks to keep that payload going, but it looks like Puffball taking out Ariana with the fist right there. Not going to get the value that they are looking for. One Trick's continuing to hold strong as Mist. What is Mist doing?
I'm not sure when or how he got there, but he got there. And that might cost this team a little bit of time, especially with this stagger onto Abstract.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good place to start, and it almost feels like Lightspeed is just, even though they just started, they're just kind of acting out of desperation, I guess. Like, they're just kind of diving into the back line, seeing what sticks, and that's, I hate to say it, that's not how you play the game. Like, that's just not how it works. All
yeah,
right.
unless you're Tracer, you're not trying to see what sticks.
Oh! That headshot. So nice. So nice on the Mist. Mist was like, I'm good. I'm just sending out some electric beams right there. No big deal. And gets it right between the eyes. And we already have 2 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, this has been a stagger fest and a half, and thank you for just skipping by my pun there. I appreciate that. But now I think is the first time we're actually going to have the opportunity for a full-on fight. So it's going to be, this is the first time in which it's going to happen. Woo!
Oh boy. Here we go once again. Noam with the Pulse Bomb trading with Karibo. Ends up grabbing one extra. Billy God coming out with the Primal though. Able to grab Ariana but missed. Takes down Puffball. And now the Nano going in onto Karibo. Able to grab Abstract at a distance thanks to the extra damage. And take down Mist as well. The only one left on the objective is Beppo. Will end up taking down Karibo as Fredmaster looking to see if they can touch the objective. 1.78 meters. Diva Bomb coming out as Ryan just walks their way right into the objective. Just like, okay, I'll take that. I'm just going to go ahead and take them down right now as the dive comes back into the action. The feed is strong. Ori under a minute on the clock as the picks continue to come in from the side of Lightspeed, and they will grab objective number 1, making their way into the hangar.
Yeah, that started with a great pulse bomb from Noam, who just beat Karibo in the 1v1, by the way, and it's about to have another pulse bomb. And I think partially that could be we could talk about how Curb didn't quite have the good res priority. Going for Puffball instead of Fred, one of those can pop off a little bit more than the other and bring a lost fight back.
Is true, and already we see Fredmaster. What is this position? He just walks right into the line of sight of the Ash that's right in front of you on the other platform. Almost gets taken out there, or actually ends up getting taken out by the dive from the rest of the team. Noam has the Pulse Bomb online, ready to see if they can do some damage. But holding on to that for now, Fredmaster does end up grabbing Abstract in the end, and Noam eating the pulse bomb onto Fredmaster, ends up using up the res. As we see the payload moving its way into objective number 2, the Nano going in onto Billy got used for a little bit, but Ryan sending in the pulse bomb or the Diva bomb as well, ends up grabbing Ariana, and now we're going to see Abstract trying to see if they can move that payload with Bob invested into this fight. Diva bomb coming out from Beppo, ends up grabbing Kuribo, and Billy Got is the only one left near the objective. Fredmaster on that high ground. It looks like they just used the high noon, so not going to get the value that they're looking for with that. As Billy Got falls, so does Beppo. And now we're going to see the cleanup punch in from Noam once again. Ryan Raz and Kuribo coming back in. Curb able to get the res, and so is Ariana, bringing their teammates back from the dead to try to continue to scrap this out. Pulse bombs come in from either side. Curb and Mist end up finding the bad ends of those as they continue to try to fight for control. Abstract following up onto Puffball as the DMAC comes in onto Beppo there on the high ground without any tanks to really push this in. They might find themselves in a very odd position for this. A minute 10 remaining on the clock.
Yeah, that seemed like a little bit of a feat of a stagger, and now it might actually be. This is probably the cap now. Almost nothing can stop it right now.
Another pulse bomb coming in from Noam in a fervor. Ends up getting the double kill right there, looking for the triple, and the payload gets pushed in. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Snakes on the clock, folks, as Billy Got tries to get away, but I don't think they are going to be able to. Oh,
He did it!
Wow, I'm impressed, and that's why I don't play in Diamond Tier.
That's why you watched the
I would
overview.
have totally hit like the corner or something and just get like booped off the edge. And it's just like, oh, that's unfortunate.
That was a great push gun, though.
That is true. Bob already getting invested into the fight, looking to get some picks, but Billy Got comes up huge. Kuribo following up onto Miss. That Nano was big for them, and the Bob essentially just gets wasted out there. Minute 35 remaining on the clock as Lightspeed prepares for another push.
Yeah, the only things that are going to be here on the side of... oh my goodness, I'm brain fraying right now, I'm sorry.
No worries.
For one tricks, they're just going to have the dive ults or tank ults right now with the Valkyrie, and that's going to be what's coming out right now.
Yep, Valkyrie coming out there from Curb as we see Fredmaster on the high ground trying to take down Mist, but Mist is like, you know I can become a bigger monkey, right? And popped out the Primal. The big anti-nade, though, coming in once again from Puffball, just seems to clean up the objective regardless. Rez comes in onto Mist, but Ryan follows up onto Ariana, and with 60 seconds remaining on the clock, we are finding ourselves in an interesting position concerning this. The Rez now coming in for Fredmaster as we head into final fight territory.
Yeah, one trick still, it feels like, oh my goodness, what a stagger, but it feels like they're still over-investing a little bit. They used, what, 3 ults that fight, and they're coming back with another trio. And the attack is only going to have a Diva Bomb. Both teams are just shoving so many ults into the other one's face.
That is true. One thing that I have been noticing is just the fact that Puffball bringing out the... Oh! The sleep doesn't come in soon enough, and the Deadeye grabs 3 as we see Mist also falling to the Fred Master. 10 seconds remaining on the clock as we see Beppo trying to hold on to this objective with all of their life. Diva Bomb is online for Ryan and can clear the objective in a matter of seconds. We see it now. Pulse Bomb coming in, ends up grabbing Ariana. Big slam from Mist. Ends up getting the Nano as well as Bob getting fed into the objective, trying to do the damage that needs to be done to hold this card. But they're just barely away from it. Ends up bringing down overtime. Anti-nade coming in from Puffball, looking to see if it can get the value that they're looking for. And now we see Noam back in on the Tracer, looking to see if they can hold this objective with Ariana, but gets taken out by Ryan. And both of them taken out by Ryan. Overtime continuing to tick away as the Fredmaster now with the Deadeye looking to hold off anyone else. They will lock this down at the 54.9 meter mark on objective number 3.
Yeah, Lightspeed overinvested that previous fight in Ultimates, and now, similarly to, I believe it was King's Row, you have a clear win condition here as one tricks. If you just push it to third, not even all the way like it was on Numbani, actually, I believe it was, You just have to get it halfway through third, and then you win.
Yep.
That's all you need here if you're one tricks. And I would like to remind you guys right now, this is the number 4 versus number 5 team. This was going to be close from the start. The only way this was a steamroll is if some sort of heroics came out from someone, and both teams have had those heroics.
That is true, and I think we're getting ready to see it right here. Looking at the defense, Noam locking onto that. Oh, here we go again. The double sniper coming out, but Fred teasing the legs. Just giving a little bit of leg action right there. Will we actually see it though? That'll be
the only thing I love more than a fatty shatty is a tactical visor that just kits for people. Not because it's a tactical visor, but just because I love legs.
I love the legs. Well, Karibo coming back in on that Tracer once again. A lot of damage over distance with this team. Lightspeed looking to set a long distance advantage there. And Fredmaster, indeed, has locked the legs. We are getting some leg action tonight. We do not skip leg day here at Overwatch Tranquility. And we already see Fredmaster working their way onto the low ground. Abstract trying to see if they can get that pick right there on to a Fredmaster, but being a little unsuccessful. Billy ends up getting taken down as the payload gets sent into the underground, but Fredmaster already almost halfway to that tactical visor, and with only a small shield to really eat up all that damage, it's going to be hard for them to hold off. Abstract with the stagger dynamite kill right there, and taking down Fredmaster to clean that up. That's a minute off the clock.
Yeah, that's really the problem with playing the Soldier 76 on this map. And they do end up switching to the McCree, which I think is a slightly better option, but it's still so weak to these sniper heroes. You're not going to be able to get as much value as you would on a Widowmaker or an Ashe of your own. And now we're going to see the scrap comp.
That is so unfortunate. That was such an unfortunate pick right there. You saw Karibo trying to get back into the action, and Noam was looking to headshot Ryan, and ends up headshotting Karibo instead. Just so unfortunate right there. But we do see Abstract getting rezzed back into the fight. As you said, the scrap comp has come out. Billy got on that Hoggy boy, ends up picking Abstract right out of the sky with that scrap gun, but the payload is still stuck right now. Karibo trying to see if they can hold strong, but Noam knows exactly where they at. Gonna pick them off after the recall as Puffball gets rezzed back into the fight. 2 minutes remain for the side of One Trip.
They did make the switch at a good time. They're going to guarantee one ult cycle here from most heroes, except for maybe the Sigma, considering how slowly he's building this Flux. But you don't realistically need the Flux as much as you would need, for example, High Noon, Nano Boost, stuff to just get a ton of point presence. And I don't like this high ground approach they're going for. They should just get on the point and just push the payload. Oh, that's a hook.
That Dragon Strike was odd. I don't know. I don't know what Noam was going for there, but it wasn't that. It was not that. And right now, Noam fighting off Karibo there in the backline, looking to see if they can get that pick once again. High Noon comes out, doesn't get the value that it's looking for, just gets the quick reset as Bob gets invested onto the point. Thanks to Abstract, the shield goes down for Ryan, and will end up grabbing Fredmaster in the end. Noam on that high ground as well, just chasing down the rest of the team, looking to see how much they can stagger out this objective. The team is regrouped once again as Billy got acting like they're gonna go high, but ends up going low, looking to see if they can grab the monkey. Primal ends up getting popped out, and here comes the whole hog. Scrap Guns ends up taking them down in the tight room as they go ahead and move their way into objective number 1. Big Gravitic Flux coming in, grabs Beppo, ends up, Beppo eats the Pulse Bomb and doesn't end up getting D-Max.
Nano Mercy.
Well, as I say that, they get D-Max. Nano, what? Nano Mercy? That is not where that Nano was going. I can guarantee you that is not the case right there. Mist ends up grabbing Billy Got in the side room. Ryan soon to fall right here as well with 3.79 meters remaining. Puffball trying to make their way in, trying to give enough heals to keep everybody up in the fight, but the anti-nade is just too strong against characters like Hog. 3 seconds remaining on the clock. They've wasted their entire 2 minutes on only this fight as Bob and Dragon Strike get invested. Lightspeed walks away with the victory tonight in our quarterfinals matchup between them and One Tricks. But needless to say, folks, this was a nail biter from start to finish. Both of these teams incredibly close, but One Tricks, we're gonna be sending you on your way in memorandum, all that jazz. We just hate to see you go, but yeah, that's really all I got for that. I got no. It's 11 o'clock at this point.
Yeah.
My old boomer brain just ain't got anything up my sleeve anymore.
Don't
But
worry.
I guess what we need to talk about is player of the match.
Yeah.
So go ahead, start popping off there in the chat, letting us know who you think should be player of the match this evening. Ty, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
I absolutely loved the play from Noam. He came clutch so many times, even despite a couple of questionable ultimates, despite a couple of questionable decisions. When the reverse in momentum, even though they won map 1, the reverse of momentum was really in that 4th map. That's where Noam really came back to shine, in my opinion, and that's where they started to win it back.
That is true, and I have to say, if I had to choose my player of the match for this, I think I'm gonna have to give it to Noam. Both on the Sombra and on this Hanzo, just absolutely doling out either a lot of CC or just a lot of damage overall. It just was absolutely incredible against this 1v1 with Karibo. Was having a little bit of a difficulty during the first half, not gonna lie, but the second half was finding the value that they needed over and over again on whatever hero that they were playing. So Noam, you're walking away with my player of the match for tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a moment to bring up our schedule for the upcoming week, but I want to remind you all, if you love what you see here, which we really hope that you do, be sure to hit that heart, punch that bell so you get notified every time that we're online, and also hit that sub button if you are able. $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription will give you access to some amazing emotes as well as support our incredible community, which it all comes back to you anyway. So looking for this week, we have in the Harmony tier coming on Wednesday, I believe, is Pantheon versus Maelstrom, another nail biter match. These two teams, let me take a quick look at my bracketology here so that I remember, another 5th and 4th seed match. It's going to be Pantheon 5th seed, Maelstrom 4th seed. So, whew. Going to be probably another barn burner tomorrow night. And then going into the final match for this week, it will be, again in the Harmony tier, Phantasmal versus Jersey Boys. This one is a little bit different, as it is 3rd seed versus 6th seed. So a little bit different, but like I said last night, if you're looking at the numbers, these teams are still incredibly close. Jersey Boys had a hard first half. Were able to bring it back in stage 2. Phantasmal has kind of been keeping it balanced for the most part, staying about middle of the road, both in stage 1 and stage 2. So I think, again, both of these maps are going to be both of these matches are going to be huge. So do not miss this action. It is going to be absolutely incredible. I think that I have sent enough time for us to catch up, and it looks like all the love coming out for Noam / Gengu, because I only go based on what you are actually in the game.
Simple.
So Gengu getting a lot of love. Gengu the GOAT Just all of the love right there. Gengu Prophet. Just all of it coming in for Gengu right there. And I mean, Gengu was popping off. Whether it was crowd control, and that's not to say that any of their other teammates weren't doing well
Of
as
course.
well. Like their RGB was doing, or RBG was doing huge with the anti-nades during the first and part of the second half on the Ana. Absolutely huge, cleaning up big on the coalescencies that continued to come out. And then Mist on the main tank was just, countering and shatter after shatter in line with Billy Got. Billy Got, we're so sorry you don't get your headset there, buddy, but you did your best. You did your best, and that's what matters.
I mean, we
that's
actually
what really matters here.
We had a conversation in our first halftime about Mist and how he was performing at the time.
Yeah.
And even though I think he really leveled up after that third map, Noam just put on the performance of a lifetime. Viewer Crow said he's Libero, Prophet, Fleta, Rascal, Architect. And I wish I could refute it. But in this series,
every name possible right there. All right. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in here at Overwatch Tranquility. It has been a great night. Special thanks to producer Juke, which unfortunately every time it seems that we're doing production and casting together, there's always something that goes wrong. It's like one of those crazy like rom-coms where it's like, oh man, that problem happened. Oh, did I do that? Oh. So thank you for sticking with us, and thank you to everyone involved. It has been a great match. That's it for us here at Overwatch Tranquility. My name is Captain Jack.
I'm Ty Munster.
And we'll see y'all next time.
realize that you're dreaming in the first place. You gotta be able to recognize it. You gotta be able to ask yourself, hey man, is this a dream